7:23, Texas Democrats say enough is enough and leave the state, hoping to stop a vote on redistricting that President Trump wants here in Texas. To talk about this major move, we're joined by SMU political science professor Matthew Wilson. Good morning, sir. Good to see you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, deja vu. This happened back in 2003. A similar response from state Democratic representatives. That time they headed to Oklahoma to try to stop a redistricting plan. It really didn't stop the process, though. So is that what we can expect here?
It didn't. It slowed things down, and they did it twice in 2003. Once the members of the House, once members of the Senate. Some went to Oklahoma, some went to New Mexico. We saw it again in 2021 when they left to fight an election reform bill, went to D.C. and other places. Bottom line is, all of those times it delayed things, but in the end it didn't change the outcome. Eventually people have to come home, and once they return to the state, they are subject to apprehension and to forcible return to the legislative chamber. So this can be a delaying tactic. It's hard to see how it could continue on indefinitely and actually stop the bill.
What I think is different this time, and correct me if I'm wrong, but we are seeing like a huge social media push as well. Like all of the Texas Democrats, not only do they go and stand in front of the podium like normal, there seems like most of them are on social media. They're posting on the plane. They're posting getting on the plane. They're talking before the plane. They are saying this is their only tool that they could use, and that they aren't doing this for Texans, but for all voters. So I feel like this seems to be gaining some more momentum just on the social media front. But is this their only tool?
Well, it pretty much is, because they control none of the levers of power in Austin. Every statewide official in Texas is a Republican. Republicans control the House. Republicans control the Senate. Republicans are most of the judges elected, certainly statewide elected judges in Texas. So, yeah, they have essentially no political tools at their disposal to be able to block this. So the only thing they can do is and grind the whole legislature to a halt, which is what they're doing. And you're absolutely right. There's a messaging war on social media and elsewhere about this, and Republicans and Democrats will both engage telling their own story about what's going on here and trying to paint the other side in a negative light.
The governor says he's going to remove them from their seats or fine them. Can he do that?
He could. This is the nuclear option. It would be challenged in court, but Governor Abbott has basically said, we're not playing around here. This is hardball. You're going to be derelict in your duties if you will not show up for a duly called session of the legislature. Then I presume that you have forfeited your seat in the legislature, in which case the governor has the legal authority to declare the seat vacant and to replace them. That's never been done before. That would be dialing the intensity up to 11, or taking the nuclear option as far as this battle goes. But I think the fact that he's already talking about it signals that, look, we're not playing around, and to whatever extent there was bipartisan comity or gentlemen's agreements in the past, those are largely out the window now, and the gloves are off.
Other red states watching this for sure right now.
Other red states and other blue states. I mean, there's threats on both sides of other states saying, well, we're going to redistrict. We're going to try to offset whatever happens in Texas. So, I mean, this is something that's cascading around the country, and how this plays out may well affect how things play out in places like California, Illinois, Ohio, New York, etc.
Stay tuned. Matthew Wilson, thank you as always.
Thanks for having me.